Good morning from a very cold van. We got up in -1 degrees this morning, and I can tell you it's nasty getting changed in this kind of temperature. The dogs are wrapped up on the couch under their blankets, watching me as I prep their food. It's, it's good to film this sometimes because I can't see in the back. So when I film it, I can actually see what they're doing, which is cute. We've already been out for their morning walks, and Snoops even did zoomies. They love the frozen grass for some reason. They always run around and do zoomies when it's freezing outside. The postman hasn't been in yet, so I'm kind of waiting for him to arrive and hopefully bring the glow plugs, and hopefully they don't come broken. And the heater won't be done this morning anyways, as I need to do some food shopping, so this has to wait until later. And this week has been an experience, to say the least. Anyway, I've learned a lot, mainly the hard way, about staying on top of things like maintenance of the heat source, especially if it's the only way of heat for the winter. One thing I can say is that my immune system must be loving this situation, as I haven't been sick at all. I didn't even think of getting sick until my mom mentioned something. It's like, hopefully you're not gonna get a super cold. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of that because I'm feeling absolutely fine. I just had the occasional sneeze here and there. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend this as a way to toughen up. One of the hardest parts is when it comes to later in the day and the sun goes down and the cold starts creeping up my legs and hands. Typing on my laptop with stiff fingers just is not fun. One thing I'm worried about the most is the mold growth, as this stuff usually thrives in temperatures and climate like this. With all the cooking, boiling the kettle, and us breathing and just living in here, I thought the condensation is a nightmare. But luckily, so far, so good. No signs of mold, at least as far as I can see. I checked all the corners, I checked all the usual spots that mold could grow, and nothing has been showing up so far, and I kept it going with the fan all the time, especially the bed area. So fingers crossed it stays that way, that it doesn't show up. My biggest concern the whole time was to keep the dogs warm so they're not cold, because Snoops is very sensitive to cold and stuff. But I have to say, the ones that were the warmest the whole time were the dogs, because they've been wrapped up after they had their food in their blankets, as you can see, and they stayed super toasty warm, so I didn't have to worry about that. Today's the day. The part arrived and it was not broken. I ordered 2 and both are not broken. So my partner put it in this morning, switched it on, or put the fuse in anyway, and let's see if it actually works. The moment of truth. Yeah, 6 degrees. It's gonna take a bit to warm up, so I'm not gonna film it all. I'm just gonna film it when it actually works. And to my disappointment, it still doesn't work. It still doesn't kick over. It still doesn't flame up. So I don't know what to do. Gonna have to check with my partner what we're gonna do next, because it is not that. It just doesn't ignite, and I don't know why. I have to figure out what it is, but it's very disappointing. Well, the bad news is we're gonna have another freezing cold night, and tonight is the last night of freezing temperatures. We're gonna have -2, I think. At the moment it's around 6 degrees in here. Like, I literally have enough. I don't want to moan, but I literally have enough. 7 days now, freezing cold temperatures. The last 2 days we've been sitting in 3 degrees all day. It is just not normal. It really isn't. So yeah, it's still not working. We tried to get it to work. We tried to everything with the fuel, what you can think of, what you can do without taking it apart, and it doesn't work. It does not want to go. So I just have to leave it until tomorrow. We're gonna take it apart tomorrow, clean it out, and check where the issues are. And that hopefully we're gonna find the issue, clean it up and put it back together and make it work. I just want to get on with my night now and stay as warm as possible for the last night hopefully, and then tomorrow we gonna get that heater fixed and we have it up and running for the next week, because yeah, 3 degrees is still cold at night, even though -3 is way colder, but 3 degrees is still cold. So yeah, that's the scenario, and I will film tomorrow if we take it apart, not if we take it apart, when we take it apart, and see what's coming up. Right, it is the next morning and I have my thinner jacket on. Yes, it is getting warmer. Now we have 5 degrees. Before it was just 2. Yesterday it was just 2. Freaking freezing. So yeah, I'm feeling way better. Temperatures are getting warmer. We had 10 degrees last night in the van, strangely without heat, and that was absolutely lovely. So yeah, we have the next morning, and look at this. That gaping hole means the heater is out, and my partner is just dismantling it now to see what's going on inside and if we can clean anything out to make it work properly. Here we have it. It is absolutely filthy. Everything needs to be cleaned out. Plus, that thing was absolutely filthy. There we go. Combustion chamber needs completely cleaning. Completely black. But the hole is actually clean, strangely. So yeah, all that needs now cleaning out, and then it should work. We're finally having heat again. That was absolutely filthy. It was really clogged up, and that mesh, that round mesh, was absolutely blackened out, so it really needed cleaning. But as you can hear now, it is working. We should have done the maintenance beforehand. Like, I didn't realize that you have to maintain them before every winter, and then look what's clogged up and what isn't. I did not realize. I thought they can go for years without having to do anything. But that's a lesson learned, and we're gonna have to maintain before every winter now, and check what's working, what isn't, and replace things and clean things out. So it's great. Absolutely great. So yay, we have heat again. Awesome. That's the sound of heat. That is the sound of heat. Finally, after the frosty days are over, we finally have heat.